In this show, there are artists that are coming to it for all different traditions, ranging from mourning traditions to traditional hairstyles, human depth, spiritual meditations, contemporary ancient traditions. All of those things are apparent in the exhibition. Stan Squirewell, also the 2015 Artist in Resident at Rush Arts, is also working with this concept of humanness between binary and natural, between technology and the natural world. What I wanted to do is to bring together a really diverse group of artists that are all working in this same color palette, but doing very diverse work, from sculptural installation to there's a bit of painting, and just everything becomes very textural, and you could read the work in a variety of ways and how light is reacting or not reacting to the surface.
This series, I wanted to put a lot of my original catchphrases and isms and poetries as well. This one is basically speaking a lot about how a lot of our psyches are in a state of blackout. A lot of our, how would you say, intelligence is being siphoned from us in different areas as opposed to where it should be.
The genesis of this project was a personal experience with mourning clothes. So I found that people had lots of things that were stuffed in the back of closets that they couldn't wear because of the associations, and it just become too painful for them to wear, but then also too sentimental for them to throw away. So I've combined them in this piece and in this series to become a kind of collective expression, a public expression of the private emotion of mourning.
My work behind me is part of a series that originated with a piece that was exploring the notions of subconscious and linking the subconscious to the idea of subterranean. And over time, these pieces have evolved. They are abstractions that are hybrid forms of bodies and landscapes.
Started working with this medium from being a welder and studying architecture. And my inspiration was being very sculptural in the process, and being very monochromatic and minimalist in a way, because it's hard to create work with one color and one substance. So what you see here, and then a circle piece, which is called Divine Circle, and then this is my black medium. I just wanted to really show the textural and sculptural aspect of how you look at painting.
I made this piece thinking about the photos of Okhai Ojeikere, who documented hairstyles in Nigeria in the 1960s and the 70s. And I had all these collections of repurposed materials I got from the cities of New York, and I decided to repurpose that into all of these black fabrics, engaging the processes of the hairstyles, which involves the threading of these hairstyles, which is very it's like a very predominant practice that you would have found in Nigeria in the 60s.
My work for this show, the pieces that were selected were dealing with dehumanization, where it would take multiple materials and sort of rebuild this aspect of humanity going from the ground up. It was just looking at two aspects of humanity, dehumanize and rehumanize, and this process is a rehumanizing process where slowly it's trying to gain back its sense of humanity.
For this series I did, it's all recycled material. Basically, I'm drawn to the color black because to me it's the most magnificent, majestic, powerful color or non-color, depending on what you want to consider it. Human perspective brings on more disparate reactions, from a beautiful sexy sports car, black dress, and the revered color, to angst, depression, and existential darkness. And I just love the same color depending on how the individual's own experience, but also the context of the specific piece can bring on such different and extreme human emotions and reactions.
Attention to detail, for a normal human being is difficult. And looking at these artists, you can tell how much hard work and dedication they put into it to come up with a nice masterpiece.
In one word, intense.